Sporting touch of hands. Round number one. There's the fast start, and that is the fastest knockout in bare knuckle fighting championship.
Hey, mama, no born in the Bronx, raised in Dade. Been in the city since Pit had braids. Bahapanti parties, but I know how to sneak me out. Now it's 7-figure meetings every day. We need a house. It's game time. The game's mine. You know the vibe. Yo, viajaba el mundo entero, reppin' 305.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Don't Blink.
Yes.
You know I got the kid in the building. Too nice. Today's special guest, man, is Tito Puente Jr., brother. A legend himself, the son of a legend. It's amazing to have you here, man.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother, for joining us.
Gracias por invitarme. Thank you guys for having me. This is great.
Thank you, man.
I'm a fan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hell
Thank you.
yeah.
I don't blink.
Thank you. Yeah, you can't around
Yeah,
here.
you can't blink actually when you look at. I'm sure you can do that with your eyes closed too, huh?
Kinda. I gotta make sure they're in front of me.
Yeah. Boy, we're actually huge fans of yours, man. You know, of your father. I was actually showing my girl today your dad's music back in the day. Iconic, you know what I mean, to say the least. It's amazing to have you here, man. Thank you again for joining us.
Gracias
hell
por
yeah.
estarme aquí. I keep my father's spirit close to me, and I travel around the world promoting his music.
And his name.
Absolutely. His name, and generations to keep going. Tito
right.
Puente Jr.
Yeah.
I got my son, and it's great. You know, my father's been remembered after 20 years. It's been 21 years this year, coming up May 31st. 2021 will be the 21st year of his passing. Yeah. But it feels like yesterday, and people still dancing to his music.
Yeah.
Especially during this whole pandemic, I saw a lot of people dancing, you know, on all the social media pages.
No. I mean, your dad's music was iconic, and like I was showing my girl today, like I said, and I looked him up today. I was like, and I saw that was going to be about to be 21 years. It's crazy how much time
flies, right?
21 años, you know, there's a big void missing. Celia Cruz, Tito Puente, those are icons, legends, pioneers, pioneros that made this music so iconic.
Of course.
And people today, you know, recognize them still to this day. You know, you wouldn't have J-Lo, Mark Anthony, Ricky Martin, none of it was for Puente, Celia Cruz, Fania All-Stars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And look, I want to get this Tito's new album. It's about to come out, right?
Yeah, that's actually the first one I attributed to my father. Okay. I got a new record coming out.
dope.
Tell us about that. Tell us about that.
I'm excited about that one. All right, so that one took. We were recording before the pandemic hit, and then I went in the studio and I said we had to break it up, so we had to record each part or each recording artist. And the first one I got was Mr. Tony Vega, un famoso cantante, salsero, and he just finished getting like open heart surgery and coronavirus.
Damn.
But he's like, Coño, I want to do this beautiful tribute to your father. So the record is called The King and I, and it's dedicated to my late father, Tito Puente. And I got 11 songs now. Jose Beto el Canario, Frankie Negron, Tony Vega, who else is on the record? El Meñique, old singer of my father's orchestra. Sheila E., the percussion player. Yeah. Thank you to Sheila for participating. Her father, Pete Escovedo. All the people that work with Tito Puente in the past, I wanted to see the legends that are still with us today and get them to record on the record. And I got it all done. Comes out on my birthday, June 2nd.
June 2nd. You already know, mi gente. Pendiente todo el mundazo.
Y yo soy 50 años, 50 years old.
Nice.
Pero yo no tengo pelo blanco como mi padre. So I feel great. It's coming out on my birthday, and then the whole album. Actually, the single comes out on June 2nd, Wednesday, and then the whole album comes out June 24th. It's on Doral Music, a record company right over here.
Right here, hell yeah,
right here
in the corner.
Right here in South Florida, and real exciting time. I got a new hot sauce coming with it. My friend Cal over at the other radio station over there.
Yeah, it's our boy. It's my boy, man. I love Calvin.
Calvin hooked me up with his party. partner who has a brother, like seven.
It's somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
As long as it gets done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm doing a hot sauce. It's going to be called Puente Caliente.
Nice.
Tito Puente sauce. So with the CD, I'm going to do like this bundle. You buy the CD and you get the hot sauce. I got Rancancang sauce. I got Oye Como Va sauce coming out. Really cool Mambo Mango sauce.
Nice.
So
I wanted to ask you, Tony Vegas, did Mambo number 5, no? Or no, I got the guy confused.
Okay, Lou Vega was the guy who sang Mambo number 5. But Tony Vega sang a lot of classic salsa tunes from the 1990s, salsa romántica. Okay. He was on my father's album in 1990. That was 30 years ago. Wow. And a song dedicated to Puerto Rico se llama Déjame Soñar. Más popular in los clubs, in Nueva York and Puerto Rico and all over the world. Yes, but a real cool opportunity to work with the man. And, I got some legends on the record. I'm really excited about it.
Legends, pioneers, bro. It's amazing, man. Yeah. That's something I want to talk to you about. Before we get into all that, I want to let the people know from the beginning, man, where Tito Puente Jr., you came up amongst legends, you know what I mean? Your father's a legend himself, iconic. Let us know where it started, man. I know you're from New York originally, correct?
How'd you know, man?
What you going over here with the pasta? You kidding me here, you know?
Yeah. My son's getting that New York accent too, right, bro?
Yeah.
What you talking about over here?
It's great, the New York accent will always be the Puerto Rican, New York-Rican.
Yes, sir.
New York-Rican, Puerto Rican from New York.
Do you know what part of the island you're from?
Originally, our family is from the island of Manhattan.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
I tell everybody that. Most of us are from Manhattan, El Barrio, but the Puente familia comes from San Germán, Puerto Rico. Okay. Beautiful city right next to Ponce. But most of us are from Manhattan, El Barrio. That's where Tito Puente was born and raised. That's where I was raised too, and born in Harlem, Spanish Harlem. Nice. And a lot of great performers came from that. A lot of the dance music artists too, freestyle music, TKA, and all the great DJs, they all come from that area of just New York. It's a very Hispanic community that's well loved over there. Especially, they have murals of my father, a street named after him, 110th Street, Tito Puente Way.
Damn, hell yeah.
So they really embrace. New York has always been my home. My whole family's still there too. My mother, Margie, my sister Audrey, she's a meteorologist in New York on Fox TV. Yeah, she's a big shot. I can't walk down the street with her. They're like, "Oh, it's you," and I'm like, well, maybe they recognize me. Nah, man, who are you? Hold the camera.
Take a picture. Just take a picture of us.
Yeah, she's real popular and she's fantastic. And I reside down here in South Florida. I love it. My dad lived down here for about a year, then went back to Puerto Rico. This is in the early 70s, but we go back and forth. I go back and forth like every other month. During the pandemic is the longest I've been in South Florida for this amount of time, this whole year. Because usually I'm touring,
And that's what's been able to have you in that space to create, this masterpiece album that's coming now.
Yeah, I actually recorded it right around here, right in Miami Lakes, with my man Marlo Rosado. He's a fantastic producer, 2-time Grammy Award winner, and the record's just fantastic. I'm so excited about it. I hope everybody else is. I know a lot of mambo dancers from around the world, from Italy and Japan and Australia. They're all like, man, we want to hear the record.
They're waiting for it. They're waiting for it.
So I didn't do no ballads. Sing balada. No ballads, guys.
Let's go. What else? What else are going to... okay, up-tempo.
The music video. I have a music video. Oof. Yeah, I got a music video. That comes out at midnight on YouTube and all digital platforms on June 2nd as well. Nice. Or actually, midnight on my birthday. So June 3rd, 12:01 a.m.
Nice.
Brand new video featuring Jose Beto Canario, Frankie Negron, Domingo Quiñones, and Michael Stewart. And then my dad is on the song as well. So what I did was we recorded...
Got a sample
of Tito Puente from before he passed away. I had some recording there, and we flew him into the song, so it's a duet.
That's
kind of like
that's awesome.
Natalie Cole, Nat King Cole thing.
A lot of spirit in that
What's
song,
the name of the record? What's the name of that song?
The name of the tune is called 20 Años. It was supposed to come out last year, but it's called 20 Años, una dedicación de Tito Puente. El álbum se llama The King and I, El Rey y Yo.
That's awesome.
Very, very cool. Exciting time. And, with the hot sauce and the T-shirts and the new radio show I'm doing over there with my friends over at the Two Box Cats.
Two Box, hell yeah. Shouts out to Two Box. You already know.
Shouts out to Two Box. I love those guys over there.
Shout out to Two Box and Calvin and Todd and all those guys.
Yeah,
man. Those guys are awesome.
they gave me a show over there called Con Clave with Tito Puente Jr. and it's on every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12.
Damn,
I play the
hell
best
yeah.
of Puente music, Celia Cruz, all the Fania stuff, all the historical, mambo music.
Nice.
So, good house cleaning music.
Yeah. That's what it takes me back to. And New Year's, my mom and everybody making the pork and Tito Puente in the back blaring, you know what I mean? Exactly what it takes me back to.
Yeah.
We actually had Amara La Negra here, and she was able to, work with Celia and all that stuff. So it's amazing to have you here and be able to almost like share, you know what I'm saying? Tell us some stories, B. Tell us some stories, D. Come on,
I
man.
want to ask something. Did you always, obviously you grew up around the music your whole life. Did you always know you wanted to get into music yourself?
I used to be a rocker. I used to play heavy metal music. I started
saw
that.
here.
So I played heavy metal first, Iron Maiden, Slayer, Metallica. I love the heavy metal stuff. Yeah.
Did you have the long hair?
I did. Watch my Throwback Thursdays on my IG page. I'm always putting the metal stuff.
Hell yeah.
I scare my kids every day with that stuff, but that's where I first started because I didn't care for mambo music. When I was growing up as a youth, I was into pop music. Michael Jackson was hot. Phil Collins, Def Leppard. Those were my things. My sister was into Menudo.
Oh, man.
Boy band Menudo.
Boy band vibes.
So she was into that. But as we grew up, I traveled with him. He didn't teach me how to play drums, but I started on the trap kit, which is the regular standard drum kit with the 2/4 time, the snare drum, kick drum, tom-toms. And then when I started traveling with my father around the world, that's when I started feeling that clave rhythm. Cha-cha, cha-cha. And the conga, the timbal. And then my Afro-Cuban rhythm feeling came into my heart. Then the whole Latino thing came in. And it was just great that as I transitioned into playing, salsa and mambo music. Wow. But it was great. My love is still rock. I got some Motley Crue tickets.
That's awesome. I'm a Motley Crue fan myself, but it's awesome that you're carrying the torch, man, for your dad. You're keeping it moving forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always do that. I'm very proud. Even now, going into my 50s, I take this music very seriously. I love traveling the world, and especially during this pandemic, it meant more to me seeing people listen to Tito Puente music than any time else in my 20-year career since his passing. Yeah. And it was real important for me to see that the fans are still there. The new generation, a lot of young kids are listening. Amara Negra, kudos to her. Yeah, she's keeping that next generation to bring and respect that music, Celia music, Afro-Cuban music. So kudos to her. And I love seeing the new Bad Bunny, the Yankees, all these reggaetoneros. They're doing a fantastic job integrating
that's what I was about to say.
The historical stuff and bringing
it all in.
Yeah, so if y'all out there, man, I'm available.
Hey, you know what was dope to hear, man, that we've been talking since the beginning is that he brought this up a long time ago, and I bring it up every show, is that the pandemic either shut people down or brought the inner hustler out of you, and it seems like it brought the inner hustler out of you. You kept it moving, you pivoted, you adapted, and you figured out what to do, and you got new albums, you got new shit coming out this year, which is amazing. The
greatest thing is that I've been traveling for 20 some odd years, since my father's passing, but I got to spend more time and see my kids grow, and then have my new baby, which is the album, grow as well, and put that all together, and it just feels great. And it did bring people together, it brought me closer to my roots, and then I really got into some heavy duty footage that we're going to release on the story of Tito Puente. So at the end of this year, we're doing a docu-series. It'll be a 7-part or 8-part docu-series, because you can't do Tito Puente's career in one movie or a document. It needs to be like a series, on a platform like Netflix or Hulu.
Of course.
So Mr. Edward James Olmos, the actor, he is the producer of the whole entire thing. Well, I'm just providing the footage, but they're putting this really beautiful docu-series together on the life of Tito Puente. You guys will see the trailer this summer, awesome. And it'll be out by December.
So 2022 is already looking promising. Off rip.
Biopic, hopefully a biopic. We'll get a nice actor to play. I don't know. I was thinking John Leguizamo, one of those guys that played Tito Puente from the 1950s.
Yeah, the younger one.
Yeah, so
with
great stuff.
With a name like James Edward Olmos behind it, it's easy to get whoever you want. But Edward James Olmos. Sorry, I'm a huge fan of his myself, man.
They look at Selina's father.
Yes, Selina's father. American American Me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. He's a fantastic, producer. He's a screenplay writer too.
Hollywood icon.
Hollywood icon. Not only that, but he was a fan and a friend of my father. He also spoke at my father's eulogy at his
So
funeral.
he knows the story.
He knows. Yeah.
It's different than having someone just almost like recreate something that they possibly don't know or don't have the vibe with him. But he knows what's
and I'm glad that he's given me the opportunity to culture this whole thing. He wanted to get the blessing of the family. So my mother, my sister, my brother were all participating in the footage and providing it. So you guys will see exclusive footage of us at home, Christmas with Dad, Pop, making a stain on his shirt, breakfast. You'll see Tito Puente in a light that you guys are used to seeing him on stage doing esto, the timbal. But now you're going to see Tito Puente at home, just experience the man and what really drove him every day to wake up and to be that icon, that king of Latin music around the world.
That's awesome.
He was incredible.
And you have that same drive too right now?
I do.
Right?
I get it. My wife tells me that all the time, like, gee, calm down already, Every day we're up, flying to the next city and keeping his spirit alive, and hopefully I instill that in my children and my kids, and they see how hard I work, and they know who their grandfather was, they see as they grow more, they appreciate the legacy that he had left on this planet and on Latin music worldwide.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because me as a professional fighter, I was talking about this, how, I bring my kids to press conferences and they meet all types of famous people in the fighting world. You grew up around legends, you know what I mean? And I could see, you still have it in you today, and you're bringing your son around that himself also. So that's just passing the torch on to him himself, you know what I mean? It's something that I'm sure as a kid motivated you when you saw, when you would go back to school and you were around Celia Cruz and your dad and all these, all these famous people, you're like, it got to a point where you figured out, like, I'm not the same as these people. I got,
I got cool friends.
My regular day is a little different from my friends in school. You know what I mean?
A lot of sports figures too. New York Knicks,
Absolutely.
Yankees, Bernie, all these guys, from the Yankees and the Mets, they would call up and come over the house. Carlos Santana.
That's awesome.
Actors and actresses, they would all call the house and come over, and we would have people over the home. And Celia was practically my godmother.
Yeah.
She called me Titico, and she was there when I was born, and I remember her, throughout my whole youth. And she was an incredible spiritual woman. And all the other great mambo and Latin icons, Tito Nieves, Tony Vega, all the great singers, La India, Mark Anthony, grew up with them. And as I grew up and spent more time with my pop, I started seeing a lot how much people knew him, and especially the fans around the world. So we would go to Japan a lot and over to Indonesia and countries that they didn't even know the language, but they were singing Oye Como.
They was dancing to the rhythm for sure.
And so that's where I knew that was my calling, and I said, man, I got to do something that's international. I didn't want to be marketed as something that's just coming out of New York. Although Tito Puente was born and raised in New York and made that mambo sound, he brought it around the world. El único único puertorriqueño que se tocando música afro-cubano. So my dad had Cuban heartbeat, Cuban groove and heartbeat, and he learned from the island of Cuba about Afro-Cuban music BC, before Castro.
Right.
1939, 1938, he was out there with Jose Cubelo, and that's where he learned from these great Afro-Cuban drummers that worked, on the island, and that's where he brought it home. And then he became a street musician, playing in Central Park, and people would come around, un de carga, drum circles and things like that. And Tito Puente got his name, and then, of course, drafted to the war. The history is just incredible. His story was, you guys could just Google it and find out.
Google that.
So he got drafted to the war here in the United States?
Yes, he was drafted into the war in 1941, and he served in the U.S. Navy for 3 years.
What is that, World War II?
That would be World War II, yes, correct. So he went out to Pearl Harbor. He was on the USS Santee, and he was an arranger, and he was a bugler. Yeah, he was a bugler. He was very short too. He was very vertically challenged. So they would pick on him and say, "Where's that little Ernie?" His name was Ernesto Antonio Puente. Wow. So he would be a cook, and he didn't really talk about the war too much. I think because he was already a musician prior to being drafted. He was drafted at the age of 17, very young.
Yeah.
But when he got out, he got a GI Bill and went to Juilliard School of Music and studied his butt off and became that icon in the 1950s. That mambo legend, and you would go see him, Tito Rodriguez, Machito, Joe Secubello, Johnny Pacheco. You would see all the greats, man, the fantastic greats from that Palladium era, which is a popular nightclub in New York.
No, absolutely.
Cool history.
And so did your dad also have music in his family in the background? Your grandparents or anything like that?
No, my grandfather, Ernesto Puente Sr.
Oh, so wait up. So we got senior.
Yeah.
So your dad's a junior.
So my dad's a junior.
You're the third.
I'm the third, so he's really quattro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my father, I guess that would be the lineage. But he was not into music. My grandfather, who I never got to meet because I was born in 71, he passed away in 68, 2 years prior to me. Laid to rest here in Fort Lauderdale. He served in World War I believe, because he's in a military graveyard over there. And he worked in Brooklyn. Most of the Puerto Ricans and Cubans and just Latinos in general from the Caribbean went through Ellis Island, and they resided in Brooklyn, New York. And mostly the Puerto Ricans were around in the area of Williamsburg. This is the 1920s, in
That's Brooklyn, correct?
Yeah, in Brooklyn. Yeah. So that's where they resided. My grandfather worked in a razor blade factory, the ones you cut open like that. So that was very popular in Brooklyn because everybody was getting cut back then. But that's where he worked. So he worked in a razor blade factory, and then God bless my father's mother, my grandmother, Celia Ortiz Puente, and she was born in Puerto Rico también. I'm not too sure what part of the island, but then she, of course, resided and immigrated to New York as well. Wow. In the Bronx.
Yeah, I was born in the Bronx, actually.
You're a BX guy. You gotta be a Yankee fan.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, she lived in Colgate Avenue in the Bronx, man. So I grew up over there playing stickball back in the day and handball. This is the 70s. We didn't want to get.
I wasn't born yet.
We didn't want to get in trouble. We had TVs, but we didn't want to get in trouble. So we were playing in the street. We opened up the pump. In the summertime. So it was cool. New York was fun, and they still do that.
And what keeps you like amped up right now? You know what I'm saying? What keeps you going aside from I would assume like your projects, right?
Yeah,
and family.
The pandemic was another question that we asked our guests, right? So it's like during the pandemic, what was that moment that you was like, okay, cool, I gotta do this, I'm gonna do this.
Thank God I love my wife, Amen. It was probably during the time because I was recording prior to the pandemic and touring. So my last concert was March 7th. That's when the thing really blew up.
Really blew up.
I was in March 7th. I was doing an arena up in un festival up there in Albany, New York, and then that was it. And I flew back here. And then it was just lockdown. It just shut down. But I was in the process of recording, so I got to get my brother Ronnie Puente, to play on the record. He plays vibes.
Oh, so he's a musician also?
He is a musician too.
Got that in the blood, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so my brother got to play, so that's going to be on the new album too. The first time ever. The Puente brothers, playing for their father.
With their father as a sample also.
Yeah.
Damn,
so it's like the lineage. I just got to get my son to get in there to play a cowbell.
I need more cowbell.
Then you have all the Puente men, on one tune. But what really drove me at that point was just seeing everybody, especially Italy, they got hit hard. Right. Yeah. And I saw the salsa dancers over there that I kind of knew, and they were just dancing at home. And they were dancing. They were like, please, talk to us, speak to us. So I had to do the Facebook Live and all that. I got to speak with them and that's when Zoom really blew up.
Yeah.
So I was doing some classes and just speaking with students and things like that because everybody was home. And it just hurt my heart to see everybody, when I perform, I see people together dancing mambo, salsa, dura, you know what I mean?
Right.
Cha-cha-cha, guanguanco, like a Zumba class.
Yeah.
And to me, that was my vision for putting out the record and doing everything. But then when the pandemic hit, everybody had to separate. And I just wanted to get people together and unified and through music, and through that I did a couple of streaming concerts. You know, that's all we could do at the
that's
time.
all we could do. Yeah.
You know, all my places that I was performing at shut down. I had a 14-city tour to promote the 20th anniversary of Tito Puente. The album was supposed to come out, so I said, let me do a streaming concert for the fans. They loved it. I got like over 100,000 hits on it. You know, they still watching it. You guys can see it. I think it's on YouTube, and. Now we're back. So
yeah, hell yeah. So how
do we get back on the road? You know.
So what is it looking like? What's up? The phone's ringing already. They calling. They like, yo, Tito, we need you over here.
I'm going to New York this weekend.
Let's go.
I'm going to New York this weekend to perform in Jersey, New Jersey. Nice. So I'm going to go out there in Jersey to do a little. They're still doing drive-in theaters, but I said I didn't want to do the drive-in thing porque yo tocando salsa y la gente que sing bailing, they need to dance. So I told the guy,
you're gonna see the cars rocking and shit.
I told the guy, I said, you know, there's no mask mandate. It went away, I think. So, and we're gonna be outside in a parking lot. Let the people get out of the car and dance a little bit right next to their cars.
Yeah.
So the guy's allowing that, and I said, man, that's going to be awesome.
Yo, you're gonna shut that down. Shutting it down.
That or the tow truck is coming. But that's going to be great. I got some concerts coming up here in South Florida. My birthday, I'm doing my birthday weekend in Delray Beach, nice. At a place called Arts Garage. Mm-hmm. So I'll be there with my Latin Jazz Ensemble. I'm working with Melina Moldovar, La Muñeca de la Salsa. Playing a symphony date, doing with a whole symphony outdoors in Ohio, in Columbus on the 17th. I'll be in Atlanta on the 18th.
Damn, so and you travel with the band, or everybody flies in separate, or you get the band, you build the band there in the cities that you're going to
when I go to New York, I try to use some of the members of my father's original orchestra, the ones that are still alive and with us.
Yeah.
So I love going to New York. So this weekend I'll have a couple of members of his band. Be great to see them. I haven't seen them in, over a year. But when I'm down here, I love using my orchestra here, my man Marlo Rosado, and we play all around, South Florida. This is great. The people here in Florida have always treated me great. This community is fantastic. Gloria Stefan, Emilio, Ricky, Enrique Iglesias, all of us. I appreciate each and every one of them. They're always, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? There's a new restaurant opening over here. Come on.
So, yo, you better put some hot sauce inside the restaurant.
I told them that already. I told them that.
Oye, métele la salsa.
Pongan la salsa de Tito Puente Jr., por favor, en su restaurante.
You didn't bring none of the sauce. We need to try some of that.
Okay, so I'm doing the labels right now. They come out on June 2nd, the same day.
Oh, your birthday. Your birthday, you have all types of presents.
I'm going to ship you guys and make sure you guys get the album and the hot sauce with it. So
hell yeah, man.
So exciting, man. A lot of great things.
No, a lot of great things. We got a new album dropping on your birthday. You got the station every Saturday from 10 to 4, you said?
10 to 12. 10 to 12 noon every Saturday on 2 Box. And check it out. Yeah, it's going to be on, I think they're streaming it on iHeart. I'm thinking
they got a whole bunch of...
and they got their own app, 2 Box.
They got their own app too. I'm not too sure, but check it out. So I'm playing salsa and merengue, and I'm doing the old classics. So I'm going to stick in some dance music too. Anything that has to do with Tito Puente, I'm going to stick in there. My father played on hip-hop records along with rap. He played with the Sugar Hill Gang. Yeah. He played on Clave Rocks, freestyle music, house music with Little Louis Vega in India. So I'm putting a bunch of different songs.
How do you feel about that fusion and your style of music and the reggaeton, the dembow? Are you looking into doing some sort of stuff? Because I could flip some stuff.
Man, I love to hear it.
Damn. You want to hear it right now?
Come on, Rex.
Pa'lante.
Hit it with a beat, Rex.
Tienen un poquito música.
Oh man.
Let's see what we got real quick.
What's that? Turn it up a little bit, Rex. I know this is not your style, T, but you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Let It Rip Season 2. You just follow me with me. Look. I said when I say don't blink, Uly say don't blink, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink. When I say don't blink, Tito say don't blink, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink, don't blink. Dale Tito, let me hear you say don't blink. You already know I'm telling you don't blink, cause you might miss it, and I will switch it. You already know I'ma freestyle and rip it, cause we got Tito in the building and he's playing out. You already know freestyling what I'm saying now. We got Tito and this podcast is legendary, cause you know I'm coming through, it's looking very scary. My nigga Uly got a fight coming soon. You already know he's gonna knock him out to the moon. I come through, setting up the room, exploded on your ass like boom.
Coño, qué chévere.
Oh, you can do that? You can do that?
I was thinking of a cowbell.
Mira yo que chévere, ey. Mira yo que chévere, ey. Mira yo que chévere. Tito Puente in the building, que chévere. Sing it. Tito Puente in the building. Hey.
I'll leave it up to you, man.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Wow, tremendo. Tú eres rapero y cantante y productor.
I'm all of that plus like fashion designer. This is part of my clothing line right here. History makers, Monster Brand Global. Monster
Awesome.
Brand Global is Uly's brand. We do a little bit of everything over here, man. And then we got Don't Blink too.
I love it.
You know?
I love it.
Hey, Mike, make sure we call Tito after.
We collab. We'll do a collab.
Tito's freestyle's gonna be on that drum set downstairs. Right? Y'all stay tuned for that.
Y'all stay tuned for that Don't Blink exclusive. You heard?
I love all that music though.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
great
hell
stuff,
yeah,
man. That's
T.
hot.
With everything that you've been mentioning too, man, it just gets my like adrenaline pumping. You know what I'm saying? And then since you're here, you know what I'm saying, and you keeping everything going, you keeping the legacy going, and your voice and your dad and the music is so iconic that it's only right that, you know what I'm saying, the fusions now come through you.
That's what was missing during the pandemic, is that my father told me this. He said, surround yourself with creative people, thus you will be creative. So when I feel your vibe coming off of me and I come off of you like that, it feels cool. There's a camaraderie going on with musicians and singers, and I'm sure when you're around other fighters, you feel that camaraderie. Yo, where you
they train together, they motivate each other.
So when I feel that from you, I'm like, man, I could sit in the studio for hours with you and just shoot the shit,
and just
you know?
vibe. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool, and that's what was missing during the pandemic. But now that we're coming on the other side, you know, I love being around band. I love being around people who play and talented people and encouraging people and creative people.
I've always told myself too, I was like, when I'm able to have like an acoustic like live band to do my shows, like that's it. Like ain't nobody gonna stop me because I'm crazy on stage. I'm energetic. I'm flying from left to right, and my music is just up there. So with the live band, like unplugged type style, y'all stay tuned.
You feel the energy, you feel the vibe. You know, you get those creative juices flowing. You know what I mean?
And I freestyle too, T. So I can just go off, and you know what I'm saying. You know how y'all guys go. Y'all can go for hours. You know what I mean?
That's
awesome.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, T. So let the people know what you got coming up next. I know we talked about it, but let them know before.
Album.
You know what? Hold on. Before we get to that, I got something very important. This is the main topic on every show.
Okay.
So in December of 2020, Donald Trump signed a COVID bill for $2.3 trillion. And in that bill, he wrote that after 180 days, they had to release all UFO information, right? There's 37 days until they release all that information to the public. I believe in UFOs. There's got to be something out there besides us. I think people like us are aliens ourselves. You know what I mean?
La verdad.
The way we think. Do you ever think about that yourself? You ever think you saw a flying saucer?
Wow. On the curve. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about the UFO thing.
Yeah.
That's so funny because my wife asked me yesterday, you see the UFO in your life? I said, yeah, when I was a kid. I was like,
in New York, there's UFOs everywhere. There's aliens everywhere.
That's for sure.
But what were you saying? You thought you saw one when you were a kid?
I was probably around 13, 14 years old. I saw one over the George Washington Bridge. But
shit.
I don't know. Maybe it was a blimp. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a blimp you see blimps over Yankee Stadium all the time. I don't know. Maybe I saw it, but I was like, man, look at that thing going and they're like, you're seeing things because it shot away real quick. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I was just hallucinating.
Maybe you did. No, don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. Maybe you did see something.
Okay, so if there's there's other life forms out there, then damn it, listen to my album and take it with you.
Let it rip. You heard it on June 2nd. Get the album.
Stream it around the universe, bro.
Yeah, man. Take some mambo to Mars or something.
Absolutely.
Jupiter to all them other galaxies that we haven't reached.
Oh yeah, let them know what's going. Let them know what's coming up next, from the radio station to the new album to everything you got going on.
So let me first tell you guys, thank you very much for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Very, very cool. I'm glad I got the opportunity to spend a little time with my son too. My son's in the house. What's up?
Hell yeah.
That's little Antonio Puente. He's not little anymore. He's getting
4.
big. Yeah, number 4. Numero 4. And so you guys can follow me because I do some funny TikToks with my daughter and him.
So you can't.
He's like, don't do that. He's getting me into it.
Yo, T, you can shut it down with the TikTok, bro. So you're showing him how to do the TikTok? No.
You know, I don't know how to dance that well. So you can follow me over there on TikTok and, of course, Instagram, Facebook, / Tito Puente Jr., IG, Twitter as well, at Tito Puente Jr. For all my updates, I got a lot of concerts coming up. So if I come to your town, please come on out to the concerts, come out to the live shows. If you can't make it, a lot of the shows that I'm doing are going to be virtual too. Some people might not be comfortable just yet being in a live setting with a lot of people. Right. But
so it's streamable. They'll be able to see it from the comfort of their own home and just vibe and chill.
But porque a mucha gente que se llegó a la concierto mío, a lot of my fans are elderly.
Yeah.
They're Tito Puente fans, like the Century Village people. And they're like old ladies from Brooklyn, like, hello, Tito, we love your father. But I can't go to your concert today.
Yeah.
Okay,
there's nobody wearing masks over there.
Yeah, you kids are crazy over there, so I'm going to watch you from my computer. And so I love that. So anyway, I love each and every one of you guys. But I got some great shows coming up. Follow me on those digital platforms. New album coming out June 2nd at midnight. June 3rd, plus the new video called 20 Años, featuring Jose Beto Canario, Michael Stewart, Domingo Quiñones, Frankie Negron, Mano Rosado, Tito Puente, and myself. And the video will be out on all streaming platforms too as well. YouTube, wherever they have it. Spotify will have it too. So you can pick it up. Amazon, iTunes, all that on June 3rd. Concert June 4th in Delray Beach. And 5th, I'll be out there. So you go to Arts Garage.
2 days back to back.
Yeah, I'm doing my birthday, and I said, anybody who comes to my concert, I'll let you throw cake at me.
What?
For my 50th. I'm going to have a cake, and I'm going to slice it up. So whoever comes to the show, they can watch it streaming live, too. I'm going to let you throw cake. Just don't hit the drums.
Don't hit the drums.
Hey, and make sure that when you get that album and you listen to it the night it drops, you say happy birthday to Tito, because this is his birthday.
Gracias. It'll be my 50th birthday.
You're wearing it very well, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I've been trying to, I'm trying to be like you. Trying to work out. I gotta hit the gym. So, I'm eating vegan if I did it for like a straight month. So it's just like new for me. Yo soy latino, papá.
No, carne, habichuela, dale, y mi maduro también.
So I'm doing the vegan and I'm losing and I'm shedding. So when I turn 50, so I can eat the cake.
Damn, you should go. Uly in the back of his house, he got a ring, he got all the equipment.
You got
the
a
whole
ring? Yeah. My stepsons love that stuff. I live in South Florida. I live in Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay, well, I live down by not too far from here. So
I would love to bring my son, my stepsons. They're into MMA fighting and all that stuff, man. They would love to hang out with you in the ring.
That'd be great.
I like wrestling, so I watch that.
No, hell yeah!
My girl's a WWE wrestler.
Yeah,
are you?
Yes.
Wait a minute, I've seen you before. I walked in here, I was like, wait a minute, I know her.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
That's Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke, baby, she's in a building. You heard?
She was at the radio station too.
Yeah, she was.
She's done it. She's done it.
Yeah, she did.
You did the morning show.
Yeah,
cool. I gotta take a picture with you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, she was kicking ass in WrestleMania not so long ago.
Yeah.
She was letting it rip. Hell yeah.
Holy cow, that's so cool. You see the characters in the ring, and then you see them in person, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. And it goes to what you were saying earlier, as far as like the company you keep and the vibe and the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone in here is on the same, frequency, and we coming together and we come together and we support each other, motivate each other, and this is what we're doing.
Yo, you don't piss her off, bro.
Oh, I stay as far away from pissing her off as possible.
That's
good. Look at his lip. She hit him with a roundhouse the other day. Bam!
She might be better. My wife's from Brooklyn, Bushwick.
Oh, damn. She'll headlock you like this.
Bad.
Nah, she'll shoot you.
cut you.
Tito, man. It's been a pleasure, brother. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us here,
blink.
brother. Yeah, it's been amazing having you here,
He's
brother.
A monster. He's
You're
a
iconic.
monster.
You're a legend. You got a lot of great things coming up, man, and we're happy to be here to support you.
Gracias.
1000%. We got some dope Monster gear for you here.
Monster gear, man.
And don't miss out, because we got the Don't Blink contest we're gonna do downstairs while Tito plays the drums downstairs too. You're gonna check that out.
Hell yeah. So T, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Legendary story, legendary podcast, another one for the books.
Absolutely.
And another great, talented, super hard working, person that done came to the podcast and he told y'all to let it rip.
And motivational, inspirational.
Hell yeah.
He told you how he did it when it was hard times last year, like we all passed, you know what I mean? You made it happen. So hats off to you, man, and much success.
Yeah, I want to see one of your fights, man. I got to come out.
Oh, he got one right now.
June 26th, I fight for the world title, man.
Yo, you need a cowbell player?
Let's do it.
I'll be the bell ringer.
Let's go.
Let's do it. That'll be dope.
That'll be a dope.
Get behind me, go la conga hanging. Beep, beep, beep,
Eso.
beep.
That'll be
All
a dope ass entrance though to the
It
ring,
would
bro.
be. That would be
That
dope.
would be
That would be
fire.
It's interesting. All right, man. You count me in.
Let's see what's up. Hell yeah.
Bueno, gracias a ustedes. Thank you once again for having me. I love you guys. Don't blink. Make sure you watch them all the time, man.
Don't blink. You already know.
Don't
Hey,
blink.
shout out to our sponsors, Romero Brothers Lumper Services. They need a package moved. You already know what them boys do. They'll move the packages. Legit packages
Legit.
only. And Arancibia Bail Bonds. If you find yourself in jail,
If you find
call
yourself in jail.
Arancibia Bail Bonds and they'll get you out ASAP. They'll be waiting for you right outside the door with your family.
Yo,
Love
Tease,
y'all.
you-
Thank you for tuning in to Don't Blink. Tito Puente Jr., iconic legend, Too Nice the Kid, and the Monster. Bow!
I think me and Two Nights got something great going on. We got some great guests coming up. It's gonna be dope. We got some dope people that already signed up to do it with us, which is great. A lot of people show us love, and it's because we love them back for sure.